What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I'm Isaiah. Today, Keith is back in the house for another game of Tanks for the Apocalypse from Snarling Badger Studios. This is a micro game that was released in Snarl, the first issue of their annual zine. Before we get into the game, if you have not considered smashing the buttons or checking out the links in the description, please do that. It helps me out a great deal. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go take a look at the board and the scenario for this game of Tanks for the Apocalypse. Alright, friends. New year, time to blow up new things. So, we got a game of Tanks for the Apocalypse. We are trying to rescue the captured villagers. They are in the Dollar General, the gas station, and up on top of the water tower. For the sake of this, we're saying if you get in contact with the building, and they'll jump onto the tank. As with the others, you can carry as many objectives as you want. We're about to roll for initiative. This is my tank. This is Keith's tank. Roll for initiative. I got a 4. You got a 1. All right, so I have the initiative. Tanks for the Apocalypse. The game works off of action dice. You start with 8 of them, and the different things that you do cost different amounts of dice. You can split them up any way you want, but you have to split them up before you take your action. So I'm going to take 3 of my dice to move, 3 of my dice to shoot, and 1 of my dice to pop smoke. Roll your movement dice all together, or you can roll them in different increments. I'm going to roll mine together and just see if we can get where we want to be. That's plenty. Moving, I get to the corner of the building where I can keep cover, and I will turn and fire. 3d6, we're looking to beat his defense, which is an 11 on the front. We both got the same modification for the game, which is the retrofitted hull. That's a 6, 9, 10, 11 with my 76mm gun. So that'll hit. Then we're going to roll 3d6. Beats his armor, so that's enough for a glancing hit. So we're going to get 1d6. 2 damage off of his front, which is already pretty banged up from the last game. His front end is real beat up from the last game. So that's going to put it to Keith's turn. 4 dice for movement, 3 dice to take a shot, 1 dice to pop smoke. Going to take all the movement at once, it would seem.
Yeah, no.
6, 10 inches. So that'll get, if he moves the full 10, it'll get him 2 extra defense, because for every 5 inches you move in a movement, you get +1 to your defense, because it gets harder to hit you because you're moving. No shot to take, gonna pop smoke. Split for the turn 2 is gonna be 5 to movement, 2 for evasive maneuvers, and 1 to pop smoke. Split my pool into 2 different movements so I could get some extra pivots in. You get 1 90-degree pivot per movement that you make. I'm going to get +1 in my defense because my longest movement at once was 6 inches. And my evasive maneuvers and my popped smoke. I'm going to move with 2 dice. He's going to shoot and he's going to pop smoke. A 4 on his movement roll. So not getting up far, but getting up far enough to take away the cover that building was giving me from his previous position. Shot is a 4, 9, 13, -2 for the evasive maneuvers is 11, and I'm currently defense 12, so that will not hit. 4 dice to move. Total, and take 1 movement, pick up my captured villager, then roll the rest together. It was 10. I'm not going to get any defense bonuses this turn. I didn't move far enough at any one time to get it. But I'm going to pop smoke and take a shot right there at Keith's front because it is heavily damaged. 12, 15. Even with your smoke, that's going to hit.
Yeah.
You're an 11, 12, so it beats you by 3, so that's going to be 2d6. 7, which is enough to kill the armor and cause a catastrophic. Once you reduce, these are your damage trackers for each side. There's 15 on each side. Once you reduce that all the way down, they start taking catastrophic damage. Once they take 3 of those, the game is kaput. It's going to take 4 for movement, 3 to take a shot, and 1 to pop smoke. And he's also not going to leave his damaged front face open to me again like he just did. We just had that conversation. But that's how we learn. Sometimes some people learn visually, some people learn by hearing things. Some of us, like Keith and I, learn things the hard way. Here's the movement roll. 6, 10, 12 inches with one pivot. With that 12, he's going to move up, take a pivot, move up to the water tower to pick up that villager, and then turn the main turret to fire some ordnance. I am going to have cover, and I do have smoke popped, so I got a good chance here. 5, 10, 12 at -2 is 10. Does not beat my defense 12. I'm going to maintain my position, and we're just going to dump some shots. I'm not going to have the dice to pop smoke, but that's okay. So we're going to take 2 dice for steady aim, which will give me +2 to my shot roll, and then we're going to take 2 shots. This is on his side armor. First shot.
12.
12 plus 1 is 13, which will hit for a glancing. So 1d6. 2. So 2 damage boxes. And then, oh wait, no. Steady aim. I have +2 to that.
Yeah,
so that's 12, 14.
Okay, so that's going to be a...
penetrating. And then I've also played, yeah, definitely penetrating. So I got another d6 to roll there. So he's got 2 plus 5 is 7 total damage on that side, which is going to be at least 1 roll on the damage tracker.
Yep.
1 roll on the system damage chart. 2 is -1 move to his first dice. Second shot. 6, 8, 9. 6, 8, 9 with my +1 for my 76mm gun. Does not hit. It's going to return fire. Steady aim. That's 10, 12, 14, -2 for the cover. Goes back to 12. And I am defense 11, so that'll hit. That'll be a glancing hit. So 1d6. 6 damage. Good roll on the front, on the damage tracker for the front or back armor. 2 is going to be -1 defense. So we're down to 10 on the front. 5, 9, 12 -2 for
11, no.
would be a 10, which would still hit. Would still be a glancing hit because of the -1 to my defense. So that's 1 on the damage tracker. -1 first to my first move. Quite ready to give up my position. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to steady aim. I'm going to take 2 shots, spend 1 dice to move, and I'm going to pop smoke. I'm going to start with the shots. That's a miss. Second shot. 5, 9, 12, 13.
13
At 11, so that's a glancing hit. 4 damage. I have the pencil. For the damage tracker. 4 on the side. -1 defense. We'll take just to pivot to take away that front armor. Gonna spend 1 for movement, 1 for pop smoke, and 2 shots. Gonna do the movement first. 5 inches. Moving up 5. Prepared to take the shot. 9. That's a miss. Second shot. That's a miss. Spend 2 for movement, and then I'm going to take 2 shots. Movement roll first. An 11, that's plenty. Final position, I did move far enough to get +1 to my defense. And now I'm going to take a shot at him. Okay. Coming with the first shot. 6, 10, 13, 14. On rear 11 is a big hit. 8 damage on the tracker. Pulls the armor off the back, which will cause a catastrophic. And I get 2 damage tracker rolls. So we got a 3 and a 4 on. Yeah, once you peel the armor off. Wait, no, it wouldn't be. Sorry, it's damage beyond the armor getting peeled off, and I took you to exactly peeled. I think that's right. But we got a 4, which is armor weakened, -1 armor on the back, and we got a 3, which is also -1 defense on the back. 2 dice for movement. 2 dice for popping caps in me with the big gun. Roll. 4 inches. Okay. Pivoting, not even wanting to move. So if all you want to do is pivot, you don't actually have to roll the dice. It doesn't matter that Keith did. It doesn't hurt anything. But just heads up, you don't have to roll if all you're going to do is pivot. To present his undamaged side to me. Okay? Oh, that's 11, 12, minus 2, 10 is not going to hit. Second one. 6, 10, 11, minus 2 is 9. Will not hit. I'm going to just sit here and continue to rock shots into this fresh side of his tank. Steady aim, shot, shot. First shot. 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, that's
a penetrating hit.
No, that is... Oh, yeah.
It's 18 or plus for a critical. We've only seen one of those, and you're the one who got it. Only 5. That's not terrible. Should still be 1 on the damage tracker, though.
Yep, it is.
3 on the side is track damage, minus 1 to his first move dice. And the second shot is an absolute horrid miss. I think the shell just blew up in the tanker chamber. He's going to go with a floor it and just put some space between himself and me. He's going to split it into 2 movements, 4 and 4. So the first one is going to be 5, 10, 12 inches. And go ahead and roll the second one. 10, 15 inches.
So 27 inches over.
So you got, yep, 12 and then 15. It's up way down here with a defense bonus of +3 because he moved 16 inches in one go and +1 for each 5 inches up to a max of 3. Please forgive me for the difference in sound quality between this part of the video and what came before. My mic died or just there was some kind of technical difficulty here. So I'm going to be spending 5 dice for moves and 3 dice to take a shot, if I'm not mistaken. It may be 2 dice for move and then 2 shots, but I know I'm taking at least 1 shot into that cover from this position. Due to his cover and everything on this shot, that should be a miss between his cover and all the defense that he had from moving so quickly. I need a pretty tremendous roll there to get a hit. Back over to Keith, who is just going to be dumping shots into me. So he's going to steady aim and shoot here. First shot is a miss. Second shot coming up is I think that one's a hit. Back over to me, who is just going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to steady aim and we're going to dump as many shots into him as we can to try to finish this off. So that one will be a glancing hit. It's going to do 1d6 damage, which that does hit a damage tracker, I believe. It does. For a 5, which should be an action dice lost. Second shot is a 13, which should also hit for... which would hit for a penetrating hit because his armor has been dropped down so low, but I only get 5 on the 2d6. Womp womp. So not a great roll, but enough to get a system damage of 3, which should lower their defense. And due to a lack of any really better options, Keith is going to stay put, stay in that cover, and just continue to dump shots down range my way. First shot is going to be a hit. That should womp me pretty good. For 6 damage on the tracker, which is pretty good. I think he's got another shot coming in. I will be popping smoke this time and returning fire, as well as using a single movement dice to pivot.
Those last shots will blow his tank off the board, which means a hearty handshake for my good friend Keith, who we're happy to have over here playing some games with us again. We got a little bit of post-game to wrap up, and then we're going to get out of here. So I roll on the upgrade chart and get a 4, and Keith ends up getting armor plating, which is armor plates, which is good because it allows him to completely restore the health on one of his facings beyond just the normal D3 that he got for all the other facings. And that's going to do it for today, man. Thanks so much for tuning in, hanging out while we played some Tanks for the Apocalypse. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.